It is an idle question very frequently asked by people as, do you feel that everyone else is growing while you are stagnating? That's a dilemma that doesn't sit well in a kiss, do it? Welcome to today's video. Here, we will be exploring the craft of beating your competitor and unleashing your full predisposition for triumph. Once again, dream of changing your life for the better by learning the tricks that make millionaires grow. This isn't about greed. Therefore, it is not bad to become financially independent and have a better life. The following are subtopics that will cover techniques that one can use in order to turn pressures into opportunities in day-to-day life. It may be a question that strikes one mind often. Why are some individuals able to smoothly ascend the corporate ladder and others seem to have a very difficult time? In this video below, you will discover how their thought process and strategies are, arming you with the means to build a better future. Finally, you will learn the concept of enhancing personal and professional skills to the level that you become not only a better provider of welfare to your family. Thus, my friend, are you ready to become the master of your future? Follow us to discuss aspects of real-life techniques that can make one stand out from the rest of the others. If you need guidance concerning your career, or if you just want to make all your social experiences better, this video is filled with valuable pieces of advice. So, here's the beginning of the journey. Referring to potentiality of obtaining high results in life. Jordan Peterson has always stressed that one must teach man how to write. It may be said that writing is greater than the skill of putting words on paper. It is both a way for people to develop as individuals, as well as enhance the ways in which their mind operates. Think about it. Writing down your ideas not only involves logic, but also education in terms of having to engage with your written words and prepare for a successful interaction with your environment. For example, imagine a person who is writing an offer for the establishment of business partnership. Proposal's success and failure can be hinged on the level of clarity and persuasion ascertained in the writing part. Thus, perfecting the writing skills can result in improving the life possessing numerous opportunities. This is done so by Peterson, who has no qualms with pulling the educational system's coat over their failure to put emphasis on good writing. He points out that few students ever leave school with the understanding that the ability to write well in putting the world within one's reach. Take a case of a student who spends most of their time in writing essays. The student may fail to grasp that improving on the activity would eventually result to scholarships or other employment opportunities in future. By this aspect being was left out of the schools, then students' potential is constrained, kept under pressure, and less competitive in the jobs market. It is a disservice which has unfavorable impacts on their bright future. Furthermore, Peterson only takes a pause over the fact that this might not be suggesting that writing is not important because it is a conscious move of making students less capable. In so doing, a teacher might fail in his endeavor to eliminate competition and remain the key decision maker in notifying learners of their performance. This also fosters the culture where people are content to deliver substandard performances as opposed to outstanding ones. If learners are to be motivated towards enhancing their writing skills, then they will not only be efficient providers for themselves, but for society as well. The domino effect of enhancing the writing skills will shift lives towards one in which the people shall be privileged to make their fortunes out of the careers. This is a great and poignant critique of the educational system, courtesy of Jordan Peterson. He notes that writing is a very important skill that the curriculum does not give the deserved attention towards its development. This is why in the contemporary world, in which the focus on high levels of performance is felt even more keenly, students must realize that good writing is much more than a form of a school accomplishment. It is the tool, which means that those who practice it strive for a better life. For example, when students practice in expressing their thoughts coherently, they are more confident when presenting ideas in a group, an interview, or the class. The above kind of preparation can help them enhance their prospects of success with regards to the field of their choice. Furthermore, Peterson, in her view, those who do not pass the correct writing skills impart to the learner, every failure is a lost chance for power. It would help a young professional to know President Clinton, or how well composed the employee's emails are, as an exceptional opportunity of being viewed as a leader in the organization. On the other hand, those who are not so good at writing will be ignored, even though they may have some good thing to express this writing. This pressure shows that there was need for individuals who otherwise might do well, but they are under pressure because the system does not provide way of communicating effectively. Failure schools are in effect thereby stifling potential leaders and other innovatives by neglecting writing education. From Peterson's observations, one may deduce that such a scenario may not be a mere oversight, but a deliberate attempt to ensure that students do not develop advanced skills. If the students are not trained how to get out of the box and begin experimenting in getting the message across, they may continue to rely on others to direct them. This has the effect of cutting down on the level of competition, but also of establishing a culture that promotes averageness. The implications are profound. Writing competence could enable one and the students in particular to be responsible providers for oneself and the community to ensure there is a bright future to make money and actualization of one's dreams. In defending his ideas concerning concepts and subjects which should be included into education, Jordan Peterson presents a rather elaborate argument concerning the impact of ignoring developed writing skills. He goes further by arguing that this is the reason why managers and other responsible authorities continue ignoring such matters, since this makes students less capable and therefore less competitive. Thus, we can conclude that when the educational institution pays little attention to the writing process, it contributes to its atmosphere that expectations from the student rather than overachievements. Consider a class in which only force is applied without any encouragement to be creative and think out of the box. Students may go away without some knowledge of how to deal with the challenges of life. These failures may hamper the chances of the students to be effective providers on assuming their roles in the future. The flowing evaluations are enlightening in understanding the implications of this approach. Failure to instill a proper etiquette of writing means that schools dare producing graduates whose communication skills is hardly ever pleasant, let alone good. For example, think of a young man who is an IT businessman, and he has a great idea of a business, but he is unable to present the idea in pitching session. If they hadn't had good writing skills, they could land in the problem of not identifying better chances for funding or partnership, which in a way could lead to the failure. Therefore, the educational system is not only a carrier of people's potential, but also holds back the advancement of society on the whole. In addition, the critique that Peterson makes analyzes this aspect, noting that such neglect only leads to promoting a culture of inferiority. Consequently, the decision of not being empowered to enhance on writing skills dulls the spirit and energy in students, and makes them less willing to take certain risks in their individual and working lives. This leads to the lack of incentives in cultivating values that respect individuals' urge to be productive and improve his or her life status. Thus, creating organizational culture that supports effective communication, educators can disrupt this cycle, thus preparing students to embrace pressure and pursue chances to create a radiant future loaded with prospects for making money and attaining dreams. Knowing the strategies on how to outsmart everyone else is in place. It is time to implement the systems. Of which are you willing and prepared to use the knowledge you have gained in this work to change your life? One has to remember that the world is full of waiting opportunities for those willing to take a step further and establish a change. Consider how these ideas can be practically applied. What changes can be made in your behaviors today to be on the way to high-level performance? There should be an interaction with this content and self-reflection of the journey. What constraints are felt and how could they be overcome? It is important to recover here the idea that self-development is a lifelong process, and any action contributed to the construction of one's life. Remember to turn on the post notifications and subscribe to our channel so that you can expand your knowledge. Let the 19 years count begun now continue to be a source of positive change in the society, for us to become a pool of empowered individuals ready to take on the future. So, what's stopping you? Step 1 to becoming the best version of ourselves is here today, so let's start this transformation journey. That's it for today. Hopefully, I have shared something here that you would find helpful. Goodbye. Until the next video, we'll see you. Have a great day.